Hi everyone! Thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel. If you want to support a starving artist, please buy me a coffee. I'll put the link below. And also, I'm going to start putting some extended readings on here for a very affordable price and some guided meditations. So I'll let you know when those are available. Yay! So I'm just tuning into the energy. I think this is another relationship read. It feels a little different than yesterday. It feels a little bit more stark in contrast, or like, it feels, I guess I said that, it feels like there's somebody whose behavior you're like starkly aware that it's an ingrained pattern, and or there's somebody who you're shocked by their behavior, you know, like, because it seems out of character, but I think more likely it's that you didn't see this in their nature before. I'm thinking of the musical Oklahoma. I don't know. That movie, I mean, that musical, and I mean, it's a movie musical also. I feel like it's a lot about like people who are young falling in love and like starting their lives, and like basically that's kind of what it's about. And there's some drama and stuff, but like, is there maybe like a situation here where there's disappointment and heartbreak about a breakup? Like, I think this person felt like that you abandoned them, even if that's not how you see it. I'm hearing attitudinal. This person thought you were attitudinal, but I don't think they saw that you were strong and that you're, you know, maybe you've had to be that way in your life. I mean, not, it came off as attitudinal, but it's more like strength and intensity that is more like how you've been able to do things in life, how you've managed to accomplish things and get them done. And I feel like also this person just like, they have a skewed view of you, and I think it comes from actually a feeling of maybe ownership. Let's get more actually about that feeling. Yeah, this is about Queen of Pentacles. This is like Queen of the Roost. Is it possible that this person, you know, maybe there's a woman in their life that complicated the dynamic, that made it, like, I don't know, I'm just hearing crosstalk. Like, maybe this person had a woman in their life who wasn't okay with you, you know, being around, or vice versa. It could be the other way, that, you know, you are the woman in this person's life, or it could be a man. I'm just saying that there was somebody in this person's life who was concerned with money, and they maybe provided the money, and I don't think they were too keen on you, and I don't think it's personal. You had to eventually leave this situation. You were just like, I can't be around these people. I can't find my way. You couldn't find your way in this environment. I think it's more than one person, but there's mainly one relationship that was damaged. Mainly. Did you go to Maine maybe with this person? Or maybe Maine is an important place for you? I'm thinking specifically Ogunquit, like southern Maine. And is I don't know if like seafood, I'm just like letting the imagery come. Maybe like vacationing, even like I'm seeing like Martha's Vineyard too, or like just vacation spots. Is this, you know, somebody in this dynamic you like went on vacations with? And I'm seeing actually like a troubled dynamic, that this person that you're dealing with is in a troubled dynamic in their relationship, and they may have had feelings for you. If not romantic, it was just, you know, caretaking, loving feelings. But this person that they were involved with, even if it was a man, was like kind of the one who called the shots, and they were not a very emotional person. And I think let's see how they saw you in comparison to that dynamic they had at home. It sounds like they thought you were deceptive. They thought that you were tricky, and they didn't trust you, and so they were deceptive in some ways. They would either lie to you or mess with you, because it was sort of a dynamic where it was like too many people. Like they felt like there was just not room for you in their life. They were like, you know, maybe they were turning their feelings into like, oh, you must have feelings for me, and you were like, no, I really don't. I'm just like your friend, or maybe, I'm just saying, like, whatever it was, if it was like, if the person that's in their life is not romantic, maybe they just have like an enmeshed family member, and they were, or like an enmeshed friend, and they're like, you don't fit here anymore. It's too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. Two's company, three's a crowd. And then there was just some sort of like conflict, like just battle, like people not seeing eye to eye, bad communication. But I don't think you had the intention of it like ending this way or going this way. I think it's this person's problems. I'm seeing Oscar the Grouch. He hangs out in a trash can from Sesame Street. Is this person, maybe they have children, or, maybe they are good with children, or maybe they have childlike qualities, and you like kind of were like, oh, I can't like deal with this. But I also see that them as grouchy. They're like, they're somebody who's like, they just like are frustrated in their life, okay? And I think that you took that personally. I think they may have been through some situation where they saw the dynamic as like, I gotta choose you or these other people, or you or my husband or wife, you or my family. And they were just like, they saw that they don't think you can supply like finances or whatever. This person may be like someone who, they need a sugar daddy or sugar mama, and they're like, well, I can't get that from you. And you're like, they also just they saw you as like you're not in, they didn't see you as being in Empress energy. They saw you as like, oh, poor me, or something about you. It's really a reflection of themselves, that they, maybe they've had trouble with finances, and you struggling, maybe you're on your own, or maybe, you're just in an adverse circumstance, and they saw that as like, oh, you're just like defective. But I don't think that's true. I think this is also about you choosing, like, do I want to be around people who like see me this distorted way that's about their own view of themselves, or do I want to just like, follow, so this like path here, do I want to just like follow my own path and wade in some new waters? And like, I'm hearing Till the Levee Breaks. I think that's from a song, When the Levee Breaks. It's one of the old classical songs. Oh God, now I'm thinking Take a Load Off Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. Is it Annie or Manny? I think it's Annie. Put the load down on me. Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. And put the load right on me. It's from the band. It's a band from the 60s. There's a great documentary about the band if you want to watch it. It has a bunch of famous musicians, that like Joni Mitchell, for example, and I think Bob Dylan playing live, because it was just a very like hippie counterculture scene. Is this person maybe part of like a scene, like a group of people, like maybe like even like a job that like there's multiple people working in this entity, or like maybe they like, people come to them, I don't know if they're like a healer, or like, I don't know, even like a doctor, or they have some sort of like thing that brings people to them, and they see themselves that way. And I think interacting with you changed their identity of themselves, because they treated you so poorly in some ways. I think maybe in a couple ways. And this could also be reversed, that you're feeling like you treated someone poorly. And if so, you know what? It's okay. We can move on and we can become better people and change our actions. But seeing how like you function in the world, and how maybe you sidestepped this aggression, or this like, I'm hearing like attack. Maybe this person tried to like attack your life in some ways, because they felt like they were losing you. I think they felt territorial of you, which you might not think, because you think they don't like you, but you being like on your own in any way felt like threatening to them in some way. I don't know why, because I'm not sure. It's just they felt like possessive of you. And also they, I think you are at a place more somehow where you're like, maybe you're not like wealthy, but you're like able to be more independent in a lot of ways, financially, or just, even if you're not doing so well, financially, because the 9 can be about impulsivity. So I'm not saying you're impulsive, but you may be in like a stuck financial place, but it's also like you're learning humanitarianism. Like maybe you're like seeing that, you know, the humanity of your situation. Okay. So you're feeling abundant even if there's like struggle. Okay. And the 9 is right before completion also. So I think you're waiting for some next step, but you're finding peace of mind on your own, and that's like threatening for this person. And they feel like very guarded. They feel very like since interacting with you in this intense way in the recent past, they feel like they're seeing like choices for their life. They're also seeing like illusions that may have like been unclear to them before. Maybe you like pointed out, I'm hearing verbal sparring, just that phrase. Maybe you pointed out some things to them that they were like, oh shit, Shaisa. Shaisa. They were like, okay. Because I don't know, I'm just hearing direct. Are you like a direct person? And maybe you're like very good at being like, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. I don't know if you like had this energy when you came to them and you were like, you know what, I'm really passionate and intense. and like you pointed out some things that they were doing that were clumsy, poorly thought through, because you don't operate that way. And you were actually trying to not help them, maybe you were in some way, but you were trying to be like, hey, look, like, here's what you do. And they were trying to blame everything on you and make it like you're the problem. I'm hearing reactive abuse. Did this person have some, like, maybe you told them information, or they just knew very well about, you know, they knew how to push your buttons in some ways, and they definitely pushed them, and you were like, wow, okay, you feel like you're at the bottom of the wheel, but this wheel is turning. Like, I don't know, I'm just sensing like a stressful financial situation. I have been for a while, from whoever's tuning in, and it's like you're trying to like take a stand, and that's, you know, that energy is, it just feels really strong. And don't let this situation with these people or this person come into your consciousness to take over like what you are here to do. Like, you're here to, I'm hearing the word effervescent. I mean, you're here to like bring energy to people, okay? And that may have been threatening to this group, that I think you have like a keen understanding of like the universe. I don't even know if this is like a situation where it was like a witch hunt, where people were like afraid of your skills or your energies. This is about completion, marriage, celebration, joy. Like, when it's reversed, it could be like these things exacerbated, like more so. You're finding unity with yourself, but you're trying to look for groundedness. Like, have you not been like, I think before with these people, when you were in the muck of it, you were not grounded, and you were letting people just sort of like flip their trauma on you and be like, you know, I think you're absorbent maybe, and you're caring, and people take that as stupid sometimes, but you're not. I'm feeling the energy. And so people would like, and a lot of times in the past, be like, in interacting with you, see that sensitivity and like just like flip shit on you and like try to act like you don't know what's what. And I think you proved to maybe like 4 or 5 sets of people in the past year, or just 4 or 5 people, that you know what's what. And you're like, okay, you can't play me like that. I don't know, maybe you have like a sweet face, or like an innocent sort of like, I don't know, just sometimes just being a woman, people think you're not like wise or something. I'm hearing Mother Maiden Crone. I don't know if that if you're a woman. If not, maybe like this just relates to the person we were talking about before, which could be a woman. Crone that's known. I hear crone that's known. So is this woman maybe choosing not to be a mother, or so there's some woman in your life who, it's like maybe they are a mother, but they're like not, or maybe they've like chosen to not have kids. But I think, yeah, if that is a situation, maybe there's a person here. This could be you, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know if you've chosen not to have kids and that's somehow threatening for this person. It makes them see their life in review as like different, you know? It makes them feel like their meaning and purpose is like not what you're choosing. And I don't even know, maybe you can't have kids, you know, or maybe you're like doing something like a treatment for a medication where it would be hard to have kids. I don't know. It's not on your radar right now. And that somehow made this person feel like threatened or scared. This person, it keeps coming in, they're inside the box. And I feel like your kind of thought and your thinking was scary for this person. It was like definitely outside the box and counterculture, but also I think you've had to be that way in life. Maybe you've had to be creative, you know, in terms of finances. Maybe you've had to like be creative with how you get your money in like alternative ways. Maybe you've had to like let go of a lot of things that energetically and like literally that were just too much to carry. Like, you know, maybe you just like let go of a lot of objects, or like you moved homes, or like you downsized because you were like, because this is about four of Pentacles, this is about reverse, it's about releasing things that we're holding tightly to. So maybe, you know, I'm just seeing a conjunction with letting go of something in the physical world and letting go of something in the energetic world. I'm hearing Baby Bop. I think that's from, is that from Barney? The sister Triceratops is named Baby Bop. I don't even know what I remember about her. Just, is that her name? It's just like, I guess that would be, maybe you have a sibling here that like factors into your life somehow, and maybe the interaction with this person, or they have a sibling, this person could be very competitive, like also imaginative. Maybe this person is like a very creative person. Maybe, you know, maybe this person has trouble sometimes knowing reality and fantasy. And sometimes that's a coping skill for when things are really scary or hard in our lives. I just heard "get to the choppa." You know, like in Kindergarten Cop when Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, "Get to the choppa." There's some sort of like feeling of rescue or like crisis here. Something about like watching kids, maybe like teaching kids. Did somebody here like teach kids? There's like a need to like protect yourself, I think, in this situation. I think you feel like you felt like this person didn't have room for you to grow in their life, and you felt really hurt. I'm feeling it. It feels like there was a bond here, and at a certain point it was like they wanted to put you in this role of like needy or inappropriate, or they judged you and you could feel it, and you were just like, okay, I'm not going to play into this, whatever this is. This person doesn't work well with others, you know, just overall. They may be like a loner, or, you know, they may just like struggle to find harmony working in groups, which is, some people are just like that. And also I think possibly it's possible that you were in a group that this person didn't fit into, you know, and also maybe this person, I mean, also it could be a mirror that you don't work well with them because you also struggle working with groups. Like, you know, I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. I think maybe in working together you both realized like, or like living together or loving together, whatever it was, it's all working together in my mind. We're all going to work together. You may have realized some things about how you relate and like how you know, you work with others. I'm hearing INFP. Somebody hearing INFP. I'm hearing INFJ. So that's like very similar but different, because J is judgment and P is perceiving. That's from the Myers-Briggs test. Like, so maybe one person is like, in their logical mind, they're like, oh, this means this. Life is a math problem. And the other person's like, there's fairies, like, I've seen them. You can't tell me I haven't seen them. I perceived them. Yeah. This person was like, just, it could also just be multiple people or multiple situations, but the energy here is like someone who's just deciding that you're this or that way, even if they know you pretty well, and you know, it works better for them, is what I'm hearing, to see you that way, to see you as, I don't know, like negative or too much or overwhelming. I think maybe you were like communicating at some point in a different way, but I think it's because you were overwhelmed in your life, and instead of giving you the benefit of the doubt and seeing you're going through a really, I'm hearing dangerous situation. I think maybe you're going through like a stressful and dangerous situation, and they weren't hearing you. I'm hearing abandoned. I don't know if you were like calling this person at the end or trying to contact them, but that's like a mirror of your own inner child, like reaching out for help, reaching out for validation, reaching out to be heard, reaching out to be seen, reaching out to be known. And guess what? If that keeps happening, there's these groups of people, or just one person, that they can't meet you, that inner child. The person that's got to meet it is you. And that's the universe saying, stop being needy, stop trying to get people to see you. You know, there's a movie called He's Just Not That Into You, and it can be she as well. She's just not that into you. And it's like, it's actually a good book that's like written by some columnists from New York, and it's just silly, and it's real people talking about their lives and being like, you know, I like this guy. They frame it as guys, but this can happen to I mean, it can happen to men over women as well. Like, it's a lot of women being like, I thought this guy liked me, and then he flipped on me, and he became evasive, or he started being verbally abusive, or, you know, whatever the situation is. There's so many situations and dynamics where people feel not seen, not valued, not heard, and that's, a lot of it has to do with old trauma that we're just like seeing it projected like a holograph in our reality. Yeah, I'm just seeing you as a child, whether you're a man or a woman, walking down the hallway by yourself, eating lunch by yourself sometimes. I mean, we all have had those times, but maybe you were particularly a loner, or like didn't fit in very much in the culture. Maybe it was like a conformist environment, like very much so. And then I think this person, there was a connection where it was like they saw that nonconformity and recognized it and valued it in you at some point. And then later in the dynamic, they may have sided with other people. They may have listened to other people. They may have listened to other voices saying, oh, this person's bad. Oh, you can't trust them. Oh, they're trying to take advantage. Oh, they're a bad person. Oh, we don't agree with their lifestyle. Oh, we don't agree with their lifestyle. Yeah, something about how you are, it just was like, they were like, we can't accept this. We can't let this come into our sphere. But how you are is beautiful, actually, and it's actually how these people are that's dark. I'm seeing how you are is that, like, over time, these people have watched you and how you've handled the trials and tribulations that have come your way, and they've, I want to say, been not embarrassed, but like shocked at your resilience and strength and power and ability to, like, you've proved I think a lot of people wrong. And I'm hearing not just this person, in terms of like, I think they saw you as like, oh, they don't have their life together, they don't, or whatever it is, they don't, you know, it's all just about themselves. They're like, because there was a time when they didn't have their life together, this is what people said about them. Or, oh, they're like broke, and you're like, you know, you're working on it, whatever it is. But like, you haven't let any of these things stop you. Maybe you've had some other barriers, like, I don't know what they may be, but like, just, I mean, you may be in like a paused point in some situation, and these people or this person are seeing that as reflections of their own situations, their own traumas when they've felt that way. And instead of like giving the benefit of the doubt, it's actually, they've been criticizing the whole time, but now I'm seeing some time has gone by that you're in this situation, and these people have watched you from afar, and they're actually amazed and gobsmacked is what I'm hearing. Gobsmacked by your resilience and strength, your power. This situation made you feel powerless with these people, that you have no power, but you took your power back. And there's something in that that's really beautiful for you. And no matter what happens in the future with this situation that you seem to be struggling with, and these people are like I'm hearing bypassers, like they're like watching it happen, like, and you know, definitely not helping in any way, rather judging you. But now they're gobsmacked is what I'm hearing as time has gone by, and you're rising above. I'm hearing Phoenix rising. They doubted you and didn't see who you really are, but I see, and Spirit sees, and God sees, and you've been handed these challenges so that you can move forward with a new toolbox is what I'm seeing. I'm hearing new set of tools. You may be still looking for some of those tools to move forward, but Spirit's got the tools. And you've got the rules. Spirit's got the tools and you've got the rules. The rules are that you don't play that way no more. You don't play that way anymore with people. You don't engage with people who are coming at you with negative energy. You don't let them into your energy fields. And you live in a state of everlasting peace and joy no matter what's going on. You can always find a happy moment, okay? No matter what's happening. And yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of like what I see with my sight, and just like look at your future. I'm seeing that this struggle, as we saw like in the Temperance card, going up the mountain in the back of the card, it's like you're going up a mountain, and maybe you feel like it's never going to end, like a Sisyphus situation, like you're rolling up a ball up a hill, but it will, and eventually there's going to be momentum, because you're going to be assisted here. And it feels like it's all in your head, that you have to figure it out, but there's times in life where there's unforeseen things that happen that shift the momentum. And the main thing is we have to be open and ready and willing, and in our mindset, for them to change us, to change our life, to change our world. In terms of Spirit's got the tools, you've got the rules. That means Spirit's going to show you some new tools that, and you're going to pick those up and follow the cues. And then the rules is that you, not only are you not going to go back to situations like this, or like placate or like deal with people who treat you this way, you're going to know that the rules of the game are self-love, and love yourself and love the inner child. Don't have shame, no blame, no gain. Okay. I say that before. I've channeled that before. No shame. We're not going to internalize the shame that other people try to project on us. Okay, if we want to look back and review our part in things, that's fine. That we don't have to go into shame for that. If we want to allow some guilty moment and you know, for whatever part in something we had, that's fine. That's not the same as putting it all on us. You know, I'm getting a sense here that there was a person who did something to you. It could be this person that broke the contract. It only takes one person to snip a paper, okay? The other person doesn't have to do anything. And a lot of tarot readers will say, oh, it takes two to tango. No, that's not true. One person can sometimes do something that irrevocably changes the relationship. And that's what I'm feeling in the energy here, that one person was like, they made a move where you were like, I just can't go for that. I'm hearing that song, I can't go for that, no can do. You were just like, Hall & Oates, you were just like, I can't like go for that. I can't go for that. No can do. Boundary. But no, so there's no shame, no pain, no blame, sorry. It's like, you know, we're not going to spend our time, maybe you spend a little bit of time being angry at someone for what they've done to you. Because I do see that there's someone who's made choices that are making things difficult in your life. It could be this person we were talking about most of the reading. No shame, no, but I really think they're actually more a shadow of a more larger group of people, like other people who are doing this to you, and you're just seeing it reflected in this one dynamic that is more painful, because maybe it was romantic or maybe not, it was close. And then no gain is just like, you're not gonna gain anything, as I said before, from trying to change people. And that's the reading.